Today for episode 8 of how to build the Glide Minecraft minigames lobby, we'll be building the first part of the fishing pond area. Now this tutorial will be a little bit strange for some of you who have built the classic or abandoned lobbies under the Glide lobby, as I'll be having you destroy a small part of the old lobby to actually build the pond. This is because it's the only way I could actually plan out this episode and verbally describe what I'm going to be doing, and of course visually teach you how to build the pond itself, so bear with me during this episode. Additionally, I want to mention real quick before we get started that this is actually going to be the first of two parts of a tutorial. The second part for this tutorial will be following on from pretty much where we finish off in this tutorial, and that'll be coming hopefully with episode 11. I did intend originally to make both parts into a single episode, but just due to the sheer amount of work that's needing to be done, I decided to split both episodes up. But without further ado, let's go over the materials and jump straight into this. So here is a very rough amount of materials that you'll need for this tutorial. Now just so you know, you will likely have a few extra blocks left over even after following this tutorial. That is completely normal, so don't worry if you do. It's just because there is already some blocks placed in, especially if you've built the previous two lobbies. So getting started, we'll first need to dig out a square big enough for the pond area. To do this, you're going to want to come to this corner of the fountain and go diagonally one block in front of it, and then dig down 12 blocks. To help you more easily visualize what I mean by this, I've actually built a 12 block tall white and black tower to show you how deep this is going to be. Now once you have dug down deep enough, you're going to want to make a 23 by 21 block square. To help you understand which side is the longer side and which side is the short side, I've built a large L for long and a large W for wide on both sides. Once you've dug out the pond area though, we can get started with building it layer by layer. So getting started with the fishing pond's first layer, you should know that I'll be telling you what blocks to place row by row, coming from the long side down towards the jukebox area. So to begin for our first row, we're just going to be placing in 21 stone. Then now that we've done the first row, for the next 8 more rows we're just going to be doing the exact same thing again. For the 10th row, we're going to be placing down 11 stone, 1 coarse dirt, and then 9 more stone. For the 11th row, we'll be placing 9 stone, 7 coarse dirt, and then 5 stone. For the 12th row, we'll be placing 14 stone, 3 coarse dirt, and then 4 stone. For the 13th row, we'll just be placing 21 stone. For the 14th row, we're just going to be placing 20 stone. For the 15th row, we'll be placing 18 stone and then 1 dirt. For the 16th row, we'll be placing 16 stone, 1 dirt, and then 3 cobblestone walls. For the 17th row, we'll be placing 15 stone, 1 oak log, and then 1 dirt. For the 18th row, we'll be placing 11 stone, then 4 stone bricks. For the 19th row, we'll be placing 11 stone, 1 stone brick, and then we're going to be skipping 2 blocks, and on the 3rd we're going to place 1 glass pane. For the 20th row, we'll place 7 stone, then skip 2 blocks, and on the 3rd place 1 stone, then behind that 1 stone brick, and then skip 2 blocks again, and on the 3rd place 1 glass pane. So you'll notice I didn't follow my own instructions and actually missed a block here. The initial 7 I actually put 6, but I did fix that later on, so be sure to fix that. For the 21st row, we're going to be placing 6 stone, then skipping 4 blocks, and on the 5th placing 1 stone, then 1 stone brick, then 2 glass panes, and then 1 more stone brick. For the 22nd row, we're going to be placing 6 stone, then skipping 3 blocks, and on the 4th placing 1 cobblestone wall, then 1 oak log, and then skipping 4 more blocks, and on the 5th placing 1 oak log. And finally for the last row, we're just going to need to place 5 stone blocks. So if you've done everything correctly, this is how the first layer should be looking. Now going forward, every single layer for the fishing pond beyond this will pretty much be the exact same as this, so hopefully you'll be able to follow along easily enough. So moving on to the second layer of the fishing pond, we are going to be placing 21 stone for the first 8 rows. For the 9th row, we'll be placing 11 stone, 1 coarse dirt, and then 9 more stone. For the 10th row, we'll place 9 stone, 2 coarse dirt, then skip 1 block, and on the 2nd place 4 coarse dirt, and then 5 more stone. For the 11th row, we'll place 8 stone, 1 coarse dirt, then skip 7 blocks, and on the 8th place 1 more coarse dirt, and then 4 more stone. For the 12th row, we'll be placing 9 stone, 5 coarse dirt, then skipping 3 blocks, and on the 4th place 1 more coarse dirt, then 3 more stone. For the 13th row, we'll be placing 14 stone, 3 coarse dirt, then 4 stone. For the 14th row, we'll just be placing 20 stone. For the 15th row, we'll be placing 19 stone and then 1 dirt. For the 16th row, we'll be placing 16 stone and then 2 dirt. For the 17th row, we'll be placing 15 stone, 1 oak log, and 1 dirt. For the 18th row, we'll place 7 stone, then skip 3 blocks, and on the 4th place 1 stone and then 4 stone bricks. For the 19th row, we'll place 6 stone, then skip 4 blocks, and on the 5th place 1 stone, then 1 stone brick, and then we're going to skip another 2 blocks, and on the 3rd place 1 cobblestone. For the 20th row, we'll place 5 stone, then skip 6 blocks, and on the 7th place 1 stone brick, and then we're going to skip 2 blocks, and on the 3rd place 1 cobblestone. For the 21st row, we'll place 5 stone, then skip 6 blocks, and on the 7th place 1 stone brick, then 2 cobblestone and 1 more stone brick. For the 22nd row, we'll place 5 stone, skip 4 blocks, and on the 5th place 1 cobblestone wall, 1 oak log, and then skip 4 blocks, and on the 5th place 1 more oak log. And lastly, for the 23rd row, we're just going to be placing 4 stone. So if you've done everything correctly, this is how the second layer should look. Moving on to the third layer of the fishing pond, we're going to be first placing in 21 stone for the first 7 rows. For the 8th row, we'll be placing 11 stone, 1 coarse dirt, and then 9 more stone. For the 9th row, we'll be placing 10 stone, 1 coarse dirt, skipping 2 blocks, and on the 2nd place 2 more coarse dirt, and then 7 more stone. For the 10th row, we'll be placing 9 stone, 1 coarse dirt, skipping 4 blocks, and on the 5th place 3 coarse dirt, and then 4 stone. For the 11th row, we'll be placing 8 stone blocks, 1 coarse dirt, skipping 8 blocks, and on the 9th placing 2 coarse dirt, and then 2 stone. For the 12th row, we'll be placing 9 stone, 1 coarse dirt, skipping 2 blocks, and on the 3rd placing 1 coarse dirt again, then skipping 5 blocks, and on the 6th placing 2 coarse dirt, and then 1 stone. For the 13th row, we'll be placing 10 stone, 6 coarse dirt, skipping 2 blocks, and on the 2nd placing 3 coarse dirt, and then 1 stone. For the 14th row, we'll be placing 16 stone, 2 coarse dirt, and then 2 stone. For the 15th row, we'll just be placing 20 stone. For the 16th row, we'll place 18 stone and then 2 dirt. For the 17th row, we'll place 6 stone, then skip 3 blocks, and on the 4th place 1 stone, 1 oak log, then 6 stone, and then 3 dirt. For the 18th row, we'll be placing 6 stone, skipping 5 blocks, and on the 6th placing 4 stone bricks, and then 3 dirt. For the 19th row, we'll be placing 6 stone, then skipping 6 blocks, and on the 7th place 1 stone brick, then skip 2 blocks, and on the 3rd place 1 stone brick again, and then 1 dirt. For the 20th row, we'll be placing 5 stone, then skipping 6 blocks, and on the 7th placing 1 stone brick with a torch on the side of it, and then skipping 2 blocks again, and on the 3rd placing 1 more stone brick. For the 21st row, we'll be placing 4 stone, then skipping 7 blocks, and on the 8th placing 4 stone bricks. For the 22nd row, we'll be placing 4 stone, then skipping 5 blocks, and on the 6th placing 1 cobblestone wall, 1 oak log, and then skipping 4 blocks, and on the 5th placing 1 oak log. For the 23rd row, we'll be placing 3 stone, then skipping 6 blocks, and on the 7th placing 1 cobblestone wall. So if you've done everything correctly, this is how the 3rd layer should be looking. Moving on to the 4th layer of the fishing pond, we're going to be placing 21 stone for the first 7 rows. For the 8th row, we'll be placing 10 stone, then 3 coarse dirt, and then 8 more stone. For the 9th row we'll be placing 9 stone, then 1 coarse dirt, skipping 3 blocks, and then on the 4th placing 3 coarse dirt again, and then 5 stone. For the 10th row we'll be placing 6 stone, 1 netherrack, 2 coarse dirt, then skipping 7 blocks, and on the 8th placing 2 coarse dirt, 1 oak log, and then lastly 2 stone. For the 11th row we'll be placing 8 stone, 1 coarse dirt, then skipping 10 blocks, and on the 11th placing 1 coarse dirt and 1 stone. For the 12th row we'll be placing 7 stone, 2 coarse dirt, then skipping 11 blocks and placing 1 more coarse dirt. For the 13th row we'll be placing 8 stone, 7 coarse dirt, skipping 3 blocks, and on the 4th placing 1 oak log, then skipping 2 blocks, and on the 2nd placing 1 more coarse dirt. For the 14th row we'll be placing 8 stone, 3 coarse dirt, 4 stone, 2 coarse dirt, skipping 2 blocks, and on the 2nd placing 2 coarse dirt. For the 15th row we'll be placing 17 stone and then 3 coarse dirt. For the 16th row we'll be placing 18 stone and then 2 coarse dirt. For the next 4 rows we'll just be placing 20 stone. For the 21st row we'll be placing 18 stone. For the 22nd row we'll be placing 12 stone, 2 dirt, and then 2 more stone. For the 23rd and final row we'll just be placing 13 stone, skipping 2 blocks, and on the 3rd placing 2 more stone. So if you've done everything correctly, this is how the 4th layer should look. Moving on to the 5th layer of the fishing pond, we're going to be placing 21 stone for the first 6 rows. For the 7th row we'll be placing 9 stone, 4 coarse dirt, and then 8 stone. For the 8th row we'll be placing 7 stone, 3 coarse dirt, then skipping 3 blocks, and on the 4th placing 1 coarse dirt and then 7 stone. For the 9th row we'll be placing 6 stone, 1 dirt, 2 coarse dirt, skipping 5 blocks, and on the 6th placing 4 coarse dirt, then 3 stone. For the 10th row we'll be placing 6 stone, skipping 11 blocks, and on the 12th placing 1 coarse dirt, 1 oak log, and then 2 stone. For the 11th row we'll be placing 5 stone, 2 coarse dirt, then skipping 12 blocks, and on the 13th placing 1 coarse dirt, then 1 stone. For the 12th row we'll be placing 6 stone, 1 coarse dirt, skipping 13 blocks, and on the 14th placing 1 coarse dirt. For the 13th row we'll be placing 7 stone, 1 coarse dirt, skipping 5 blocks, and on the 6th placing 2 coarse dirt. Then once we've done that we're going to be skipping 3 blocks, and on the 4th placing 1 oak log, then skipping 2 blocks, and on the 2nd place 1 coarse dirt. For the 14th row we'll be placing 7 stone, 1 coarse dirt, then skipping 3 blocks, and on the 4th placing 1 coarse dirt, then 1 normal dirt, and then 2 stone, and lastly 1 coarse dirt. For the 15th row we'll be placing 7 stone, 4 coarse dirt, 5 stone, and then 1 coarse dirt. For the 16th row we'll be placing 8 stone, 2 coarse dirt, 7 stone, and 1 coarse dirt. For the 17th row we'll be placing 18 stone, 1 dirt, and then 1 coarse dirt. For the next 2 rows we'll just be placing 19 stone and then 1 coarse dirt. For the 20th row we'll just be placing 20 stone. For the 21st row we'll just be placing 19 stone, then 1 dirt. For the 22nd row we'll be placing 16 stone, skipping 1 block, and on the 2nd placing 1 stone and then 2 dirt. And for the 23rd row we'll just be placing 13 stone, 2 dirt, 3 stone, 1 dirt, and then 1 stone. So if you've done everything correctly, this is how the 5th layer should look. Moving on to the 6th layer of the fishing pond, we're going to be placing 21 stone for the first 5 rows. For the 6th row we'll be placing 9 stone, 1 dirt, 2 grass blocks, 1 dirt again, and then 8 stone. For the 7th row we'll be placing 7 stone, 1 dirt, 1 grass block, skipping 4 blocks, and on the 5th placing 2 grass blocks and then 6 stone. For the 8th row we'll be placing 5 stone, 1 polished andesite, skipping 8 blocks, and on the 9th placing 5 grass blocks and then 2 dirt. For For the 9th row we'll be placing 5 stone, 1 dirt, skipping 12 blocks, and on the 13th placing 2 grass blocks and then 1 dirt block. For the 10th row we'll be placing 5 stone, skipping 13 blocks, and on the 14th placing 1 oak log and then 2 dirt. For the 11th row we'll be placing 4 stone, 1 dirt, skipping 15 blocks, and on the 16th placing 1 dirt. For the 12th row we'll be placing 5 stone, 1 grass block, skipping 14 blocks, and on the 15th placing 1 dirt. For the 13th row we'll be placing 5 stone, 2 grass blocks, skipping 11 blocks, and on the 12th placing 1 oak log. For the 14th row we'll be placing 6 stone, 1 grass block, and then skipping 5 blocks and then placing 3 grass blocks. For the 15th row we'll be placing 6 stone, 1 grass block, skipping 4 blocks, and on the 5th placing 2 grass blocks, 2 stone, and lastly 1 grass block. For the 16th row we'll be placing 5 stone, 3 grass blocks, skipping 2 blocks, and on the 3rd placing 3 grass blocks, 2 stone, 1 dirt, and then 1 grass block. For the 17th row we'll be placing 5 stone, 7 grass blocks, 5 stone again, then 1 dirt and 1 grass block. For the 18th row we'll be placing 7 stone, 3 grass blocks, 2 dirt, 6 stone, 1 grass block. For the 19th row we'll be placing 18 stone and then 1 grass block. For the 20th row we'll be placing 19 stone and then 1 grass block. For the 21st row we'll be placing 20 stone. For the 22nd row we'll be placing 16 stone, skipping 1 block, and on the 2nd place 3 more stone. For the 23rd row we'll be placing just 20 stone. If you've done everything correctly, this is how the 6th layer should look. Moving on to the 7th and last layer of the fishing pond, we're going to just be placing 21 stone for the first 4 rows. For the 5th row we'll be placing 10 stone, 2 grass blocks, and then 9 more stone. For the 6th row we'll be placing 8 stone, 1 dirt, 1 grass block, skipping 2 blocks, and on the 3rd placing another grass block, then 2 dirt and 6 stone. For the 7th row we'll be placing 6 stone, 2 grass blocks, skipping 7 blocks, and on the 8th placing 5 grass blocks, then 1 stone. For the 8th row we'll be placing 5 stone, 1 polished andesite, skipping 13 blocks, and on the 14th placing 1 grass block and then 1 dirt. For the 9th row, we'll be placing 5 stone, 1 dirt, skipping 14 blocks, and on the 15th placing 1 oak stair. For the 10th row, we'll be placing 5 stone, skipping 13 blocks, and on the 14th placing 1 oak log and then 2 oak slabs. For the next 2 rows, we're just going to be placing 4 stone, 1 dirt, skipping 13 blocks, and on the 14th placing 3 oak slabs. For the 13th row, we'll be placing 4 stone, 1 grass block, skipping 13 blocks, and on the 14th placing 1 oak log and then 2 oak slabs. For the 14th row, we'll just be placing 4 stone and then 2 grass blocks. For the 15th row, we'll be placing 4 stone, 2 grass blocks, skipping 7 blocks, and on the 8th placing 2 more grass blocks. For the 16th row, we'll be placing 4 stone, 1 grass block, 2 oak leaves, and then skipping 6 blocks, and then on the 7th placing 3 grass blocks. For the 17th row, we'll be placing 4 stone, 1 oak leaf, 2 slime blocks, 1 oak leaf again, and then skipping 4 blocks, and on the 5th placing 6 grass blocks. For the 18th row, we'll be placing 4 stone, 1 oak leaf, 2 slime blocks, 1 oak leaf again, skipping 2 blocks, and on the 3rd placing 4 grass blocks, then 3 stone, and then 1 grass block. For the 19th row, we'll be placing 3 stone, 2 grass blocks, 2 oak leaves, 6 grass blocks, 4 stone, and then 1 grass block. For the 20th row, we'll be placing 3 stone, 2 grass blocks, 1 dirt path, 1 grass block, 1 oak log, then 3 grass blocks, 1 oak log again, and then 6 stone, and finally 1 grass block. For the 21st row, we'll be placing 3 stone, 1 grass block, 1 dirt path, 5 grass blocks, 9 stone, and then 1 grass block. For the 22nd row, we'll be placing 3 stone, 1 grass block, 2 dirt paths, 1 grass block, 9 stone, skipping 1 block, and then on the 2nd, placing 3 stone. And for the 23rd row, we'll be placing 4 stone, 2 oak planks, then 14 stone. So if you've done everything correctly, this is how the 7th layer should look. Now before we end the tutorial, there's a couple little things that we're going to do real quick, which first we're going to be adding water to the fishing pond. And now that we've done that, we just need to add 4 oak planks in this area on the far left side, which by the way, just as a note, will be our way up and down from the abandoned lobby in the future. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of this tutorial. Thank you all so much for watching it. If you did go enjoy it, please share it with your friends, drop a like, and let me know if you have any issues down below in the comment section. Also be sure to subscribe, turn the notification bell, stay notified when I release the next episode of this series. Other than that guys, thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode.